Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. Let's talk about Rahul Gandhi's visit to United States of America. Let's get right into the show. So, Rahul went to United States. And as always, since 2014, Rahul goes to United States, he makes a few statements, and here it becomes a huge controversy. Now, based on a lot of his statements, the Bharatiya Janata Party and their followers are calling him anti-national. A lot of people say that, bhaiya, dekho, a lot of statement which Mr. Rahul Gandhi made in United States, it is absolutely anti-India, it is anti-national. How can he make statements like that? Congress, on the other hand, says, what is wrong with you? What did he say wrong? He is questioning the Prime Minister. Prime Minister is not India. India is different, BJP is different. Why are you questioning him? This is what Congress and the supporters, Congress supporters says. Okay, so today what we will do is let's take few of his controversial statements. Let us table it and you decide whether those were controversial. Does it harm India? Is Rahul Gandhi anti-national? You decide, as always. Okay, na? So let's start with so I'm going to take various statements of his, which he has made in different places. So what is important is the statement rather than which place, where and all. So I'm not going to get into where, how, when and all that. I'm going to take various statements he made and then we will discuss it. The first statement I want to talk to you about is when he said that you go to the parliament in the morning, then it is a war. You go in and then you fight. It's a pleasant war. It's reasonably fun at times, can be nasty also, but it's war of ideas and words. A lot of people are saying, what is this here? You are talking ill about our democracy? You are talking ill about our parliament? You are saying war in democracy? War in our parliament? What nonsense, what image are you sending? What message are you sending to people abroad? Baba, I didn't understand this logic. I thought what he said was there is a war and it is good. If a parliament, if a democratic parliament has war of words inside the parliament, it is good. What is bad is if you pass your bills in 3 minutes and 4 minutes and let the bill get passed and it becomes an act without any discussion, deliberation. That is bad. War is good. War of words is good. He says it's funny at times, it's nasty at times. Good. You have a vibrant parliament is what I understood out of it. I don't know what others can take. Please do write your statement. As we talk, as we discuss, please write in your comments so that this can be a participative discussion. Now let me tell you another problem. Another controversial statement he made. He said the people of India has understood that Bharatiya Janata Party was attacking the Constitution of India and the election results showed that people no longer fear the Bharatiya Janata Party or the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This is what he said. Everybody says, how are you going to America and saying bad things about Narendra Modi and Prime Minister and all that? Our election process. How are you saying bad things about Mr. Narendra Modi? Now, let me just share with you a statement that Mr. Modi had made. He had made in 2015 in Shanghai. Shanghai is in China, by the way, just for all our informations. He says, earlier you felt ashamed of being born in India. Earlier you felt ashamed of being born in India. Now you feel proud of representing the country. Indians abroad had all hoped for a change in the government last year. What did he say? He was criticizing Congress. What did Rahul Gandhi say? Rahul Gandhi was criticizing BJP. What is the difference? What is the difference? Rahul Gandhi said it in US, he said it in China. Is there a difference? Is he wrong? No, he was criticizing his opponent. Is Rahul Gandhi wrong? Same way, not, because he was criticizing the BJP. He is an opposition leader. So where is the problem? Where is the problem? Now, another point. BJP and PM spread so much fear, including pressure from the media and agencies, but everything vanished within seconds. It took them years to spread the fear with a lot of planning and money, but it took only seconds for all of it to end. I see the Prime Minister right up front, and I can tell you the idea of Modi 56 inches, direct connection with God, that's all gone. It's history now. He's still talking about the Bharatiya Janata Party reducing from 303 to 240 and possibly the India alliance going to 230. He is talking about that. He says now my democracy is more vibrant because there is opposition has voice. That is what he is saying here. Achha, now this is not something which is hidden secret. All this almost has gone live to all the countries that we are talking about. America, all of this was live. Because nowadays there is nothing called as, within the four walls. वो सब concept ही नहीं है. Your own channel, this small little channel, our second largest viewership is in United States of America. That is our second largest viewership after India. So the point is, even a small channel like us is viewed in United States. Imagine, the information that goes to United States. So what is he saying here that United States people don't know? What is he saying here? And the fact remains that he says, bhai, there was fear. That don't they know about it? Don't they know that there was some amount of pressure put on press? BBC, they did a documentary, and in a few days there was a raid in BBC. Doesn't the international community know about this? So what is he saying which is new, and what is he saying which is kind of harming India's interest, which I didn't understand. Now let's come into more controversial topics, which he said. He spoke about China. He said that the West has employment problem. India has employment problem. But many countries in the world don't have employment problem. China certainly doesn't have employment problem. Vietnam doesn't have employment problem. He claimed that West America, Europe and India have given up on the idea of production and handed it to China. He stressed that there is no dearth of skills in India, and it could challenge China if the country starts aligning for production. Many people say that India has a problem with skills. I don't think India has a problem with skills. I think India does not have respect for people who possess skills. I didn't quite get as to what did he say which was so dampening to India. What he said is Chinese focused on production, which the whole world knows that Chinese focused on production. He says a lot of countries didn't focus on production. We should have focused on production. Correct. We will and we should. Even the Prime Minister himself says that Skill India and Make in India and all of that. He is also trying to say that. What's the difference? And how does China get an advantage of this? How does China get an advantage of this? He made another statement. In the second statement, he said that we've got Chinese troops occupying the land size of Delhi in Ladakh. I think that's a disaster. Media doesn't write about it. How would America react if a neighbor occupied 4,000 square kilometers of your territory? Would any president be able to get away with saying that he's handled that well? So I don't think Modi's handled China well. I think there is no reason Chinese troop should be sitting in our territory. This is also a very controversial statement he made. Now, let me start from the beginning. You see, first of all, let us understand what he said, whether what he said is true or false. Has China occupied 4,000 square kilometers of our territory? If it is false, then Modi government should arrest Rahul Gandhi the moment he sets foot on India. When he comes back to India, they should arrest him immediately, saying that you spread misinformation, especially about our territory. You spread misinformation in a foreign land. He should be arrested. If he is not arrested, then I would conclude that what he said was not false. What he said is truth. Number one. Number two, what he said is his opponent. He is the opposition minister. He is the opposition leader of the opposition. So his opponent, which is the government, has not handled China well. This is a point of view he expressed. Was it necessary to express it? Maybe not. But is it wrong to express it? No. No, it is not. Because like I said, like him, Mr. Narendra Modi also has expressed a lot of his opinion. For instance, in Seoul, he has said, in Seoul, Korea, he has said that there was a time when Indians would be ashamed to say, what is this place? What sins did we commit in our last life to be born in India, in this one? Is this any country? Is this any government? What kind of people are these? Let's just leave and go. This is what he said about Indians who felt about India. He said that not in India, not in Chandigarh, in Seoul, in Korea. That's what he said. He said there was a time when people used to leave. Businessmen used to say, we can't do business here. These people are ready to come back. The mood has changed. Seoul, Prime Minister. In an apparent response to criticism over the comment, the Prime Minister added, I don't want to go into the reasons or make a political statement, but this is the ground reality that people were disappointed and angry. But I say with confidence that many now want to return to India. He said this in Seoul. This is okay? Is this okay? So the point is, people do talk about each other. The opposition talks about the government talks about opposition. Ideally, both should refrain from talking about each other in foreign soils. But is that happening? No. So, Rahul Gandhi also spoke. Now, let me get into another point, which is a bone of contention in India. Rahul Gandhi said, first of all, you have to understand what the fight is about. The fight is not about politics. It is about superficial. What is your name? The fight is about whether he, as a Sikh, is going to be allowed to wear a turban in India, or he, as a Sikh, is going to be allowed to wear a kada in India, or he, as a Sikh, is going to be able to go to Gurudwara. That's what fight is about, and not just him, for all religion. So there was a Sikh sitting in front of him, and he said that, whether he's going to be, whether he'll be allowed to wear a kada, whether he'll be allowed to go to Gurudwara, whether he'll be allowed to wear a turban in India, that's the problem. Now, I thought this was an avoidable statement. Because the statement that Rahul Gandhi made was exaggerated. He could have spoken about a lot of things that has actually happened in this country. Because at least to my knowledge, there has never been an occasion where a Sikh was not was forbidden from wearing a kada in this country. I don't remember that day. I never remember any ordinance or any bills or any judgment that the government passed where the Sikhs were forbidden from wearing a turban. Why make a statement which is not real? Why make a statement just to have an impact? I thought this was a politically incorrect statement. While what he was trying to say that, every religion should be allowed to practice freely and fairly, that is what he tried to say. But I think he ended up using a wrong example. Wrong. He ended up using a wrong example. So that is one. Another case that I want to bring to your notice is, he said that we will consider ending reservation when India becomes fair society. Currently, India is far from fair. He said we will end reservation when India becomes a fair society. Is that a fair statement? I think it's an absolutely fair statement. He didn't say he's going to end reservation tomorrow. He said when we will become a fair society. It could be after 10 years, 100 years, 1000 years. When we become a fair society. When we become a fair society, we will not need reservation. Fair point. What is wrong in this point? What is wrong in what he said? Yes, again, politically, I would say this was not the best statement to make, because he is well aware that this statement of his will be misconstructed. This statement of his will be misinterpreted. He knew that. He saw that when he spoke about Hinduism in the parliament. He knew the same thing would happen to his reservation statement. Why make such a statement? Should have thought a little more before such a statement was made. But that being said, the statement what he made, I don't think has any flaws in it, because what he meant is, when we have a fair society, which I think was a fair statement. So these are the points that I wanted to get to your notice. Once again, before I end, let me conclude by saying that, you see, Rahul Gandhi going and making a statement in a university or in a gathering or in a forum does not make or break India's image. Does not make or break India's image. Manipur burning for more than 16 months and our government not being able to correct it, to arrest it, does spoil our image, and spoil our image big time. RG Kar rape case spoils our image. Spoils our image, and like I said, spoils our image big time. When girls come on the streets to fight for their rights and rapists get furlonged to enjoy their birthday party, that's when our image is damaged, and damaged big time. When a rapist, a murderer is given remission and he walks home free and he is fed with laddus, thanks to the Supreme Court that they are back in jail now. But when he is fed with laddus, when those pictures are flashed across the world, that is when our image gets damaged, and damaged big time. This is reality. And if you actually are bothered about our country's image, then let us try and behave in a way where others look up to us, other than people calling us an oppressed state or an autocratic state, or a state where we curb our freedom of press, or a state where we throw media out if they write against the ruling dispensation. If we stop all that, believe me, our image will be far, far enhanced, and we will be seen in a different light across the globe. That's the point I wanted to make. Till I see you next time. That's tomorrow at 10. Namaskar.
Stay ahead with our cutting edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.